Welcome to Nerds, Geeks in the Kitchen Sink. It's the podcast that's like hanging out at the video store. I'm one of your hosts, DK.
I'm Chris, your other host, and how the hell are you, you beautiful drunks out there in podcast land?
Improve if you feel like it. Chris, how are you?
I'm doing just standingly.
What is that word?
I made it up. I'm fucking tired, and I'm trying to get Isabella's going back to school next weekend, so we've been running. So I said dandinly.
Oh, okay. You're on Danded camera.
I'm dandin camera.
Danded. Okay. Anyway, hi. We definitely know how to use the English language, and we're going to use it on you now, listener.
Professional streamers.
Oh, yeah. Big time. What the hell? What have you been doing? What have you been reading? What have you been playing? What is it with you?
What is it with me? Basically, I haven't been doing a lot other than seeing what our main event is today, which would be Spooderman,
The Spidered Man.
the Spider-Man. But
Okay.
no, like I said, getting everything ready. I've got a busy weekend next weekend, so thank God this is our weekend to record.
Yeah.
So I will be making several trips to Columbia, Missouri. And
Gotcha.
then it's Isabella's last week at the working at the ballpark, and next, was it Friday? I think she's throwing out the first pitch, being her last day working there. So
When I think of throwing out the first pitch, I don't know if I've said this before, but the first thing that comes to mind is Naked Gun. When the Queen throws the pitch and it goes like,
oh yeah.
The guy looks at it like, what the hell?
Speaking of Naked Gun, have you? Okay, this reminded me. Have you ever seen the video of the umpire that basically knocks the shit out of a guy at second base, pulling
I
a
think
Frank
you
Drebin?
I think you told me about this like last because
No,
I think
I
you
can't
mentioned it,
remember if I
yeah,
did,
on the
yeah.
last show, yeah.
Oh my God, you have to see that. Dude just literally just clocks the guy in second base, punching him out.
Second face.
Second base.
Second base in your face. Anyway, well, I'll tell you what I have been playing
Okay.
quite a bit of. If you're on our YouTube, you will know already. It's the Pokemon Gen 1 Recomp project. It's a project where they kind of take apart the ROM for the original generation of Pokemon. Like, and by the way, I'm not the world's biggest Pokemon guy, but I played so much Gen 1. When I had my Game Boy as a kid, it was like a revelation to me.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to have a TV in my room, so like the Game Boy was like unbelievable. So yeah, I deeply fell into Gen 1 Pokemon
Right.
and didn't really go beyond that, to be honest. I'm one of those guys who Pokemon fans seem to hate for some reason. I'm sorry. But I do love Gen 1. It's a special game to me. And so this game, it works on Linux, PC, Mac, Android. And it pulls apart Pokemon Generation 1, and then it sticks it all back together in a way that runs natively on your device. And so graphically, it's much better, obviously. But the kind of what's cool about this version is it has built-in day one mod support. And the mods that it has been getting are unbelievable. So the video that I made on our YouTube shows
Well,
off
that
the
was the first person mod, right?
first person, also just the 3D in general, because like, Gen 1
Right.
is as 2D as it gets.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's honestly incredible to play that game in first person. Is like it's a whole new ball game. Like you're in the woods and you're trying not to get seen by other trainers or whatever, and you have to sneak around and look at your angles and try to figure out who's going to fight you and all that stuff. It's neat. And plus, like, I know the geography so well in that game. It's neat to be able to play it again and from a new perspective, because it sort of is different enough. Like, I kind of go, well, I think I know what should be around this corner, but maybe I'm wrong. And it's been a lot of fun. I think I don't know, 10 or 12 hours in at this point.
Right.
And they just keep up. What's crazy is I started playing it a week or two ago, and the mod itself is still very new, and the whole thing is very new.
Right.
And so the amount of stuff that has been updated since then, like every day, it's like, oh, by the way, we added first person mode. By the way, now we added weather. By the way, now there's a day night cycle. It's just like every time you log in, it's like, oh, by the way, here's a huge new feature to improve it. the last thing that I got added was it also now has support to, you can import the 3D models and animations from Pokemon Stadium on N64,
Really?
which I never played really. I really wanted it to be like a 3D open world Pokemon game, but it's just really about the battles, that game.
Right. Yeah.
So, but what it does is it pulls in those models and animations. And so in the 3D world that you now have in the game, it also has 3D battles. And the Pokemon themselves are fully animated 3D characters.
Right.
And it just pulls them from the 64 ROM, which is, it's incredible to me. Like
Right.
I love all this nerd shit. I mean, like I don't just love playing it. Like I love learning about how it works. And I kind of love like thinking about the possibilities, and like I just love that they were clever enough to pull this together. I love this. So anyway, I've been playing that a lot on my Steam Deck. Again, it works on a computer, works on even a phone if you're interested. Highly recommend. If anyone else is playing with it and comes across any neat mods, let me know. I know there's a ton of mods out there right now for it, but and that's, let me know if anything rises to the top for you, because I want to know and try those. I love it. It's great. So that's been a blast.
Well, I mean, like you said, when changing the perspective of the game, especially being it such a classic old school game,
Yeah.
and seeing it from a completely different, and then like you said, all the mods coming out, I wonder when they're gonna smooth the graphics just slightly instead of the 8-bit, make it even look more.
Oh yeah, that's very possible. I'm sure that's going to happen. One thing I think should be next in line is, I think I'm looking forward to, and this maybe exists but I haven't Googled it yet, but an audio mod to kind of update the sound. I mean, I love the classic sound, but like, look, we have the GBA version of the exact same game, but it has an all remade score. It has a lot of quality of life things so a lot of that stuff has been ported over already, but I haven't seen one for the music yet. So I think maybe updating the music would be another cool place to go. But yeah, it's a really great experience. And a lot of times with this stuff, there's like a lot of things. You got to edit files, and you got to put things in certain folders, and you got to mess around with stuff. This was so easy to install and run. Okay. I didn't have any trouble getting it going at all. So some people go, oh, mods are great, but I don't like to mess with them because they hurt my brain. Well, this one, maybe try this one if you're interested at all, because I did not find it to be difficult, really, in the slightest, to put together. So yeah, highly recommend.
That's good. That's cool.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to open my Bella something sparkling water. Get ready, right here.
ASMR.
Oh. It's orange vanilla.
Ooh.
Basically, it's carbonation.
Right.
The other thing that I've been into lately is, on Friday, the new John Carpenter record came out. It's called Cathedral. Mm-hmm. And on Tuesday, the new John Carpenter graphic novel came out. It's called Cathedral.
Nice.
Here we have that. Of course, this... Anyway, you get the idea. There we go. It's got excellent art. It is written by the man himself, John Carpenter. Somehow this is his first graphic novel. He's never done one.
Really?
I just, for some reason, was like, he surely would have done one before, but no. The whole plot is... It's sort of like there's this old cathedral, and the police are called because there has been a murder there. And what they find is that there's a big hole in the ground, and guess what? There's more things going on underneath this cathedral than we would have known about. Right. And they just go deeper and deeper underground, and they try to get to the heart of like what might be happening. Mm. The graphic novel, I've actually not finished it yet, but the graphic novel itself, I'm about halfway through, is great so far. It's very, in a Carpenter way, I would say, economical.
Okay.
it starts in one place and it just moves from there. It's not wasting a lot of time with weird flashbacks or jumping
Right.
around in time. It's no
It's pretty
Christopher
much
Nolan.
then steady. Yeah, thank God.
It's like here's point A, and then at the end we'll be at point C or D or whatever. The
Right.
final point, I
Right.
guess, Z.
Yeah.
And the record goes right along with the plot points and the things that happen in the book.
Okay.
And the record is one of his better ones lately. I mean, I've liked them all, but this one he's a little bit more focused.
Uh-huh.
So I like that he has sort of a clearer, like, singular vision.
Right.
Some of his records lately have been like, well, here's a bunch of themes that I would have made for different movies, and they kind of can be all over the place. But this
Right.
one really has like a flow that I love. So I like to.
So it's almost done like the pacing of the book.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And the tracks are like literally references to things that are happening. If it was made into a movie, they would be the soundtrack to those scenes.
Right.
And at the beginning of the book, Carpenter even comes in and says, by the way, he has the foreword in his own book. Isn't that funny?
Hey,
I know it isn't uncommon, but it's just funny that John Carpenter's, whatever. Anyway,
forward by John Carpenter.
with a foreword by John Carpenter.
John Carpenter. Yeah.
And he basically said, look, if this was another time, if this was basically what he's saying is like, if this was the 80s, this would have been my movie. You would have seen this.
Yeah.
You would have been in a theater watching this. But things have changed, and this is the best you're going to get. You're basically going to get the storyboard, that's the comic, and you're going to get the soundtrack, which you got. So,
Yeah.
you know what? It's crazy because it reminded me slightly of Prince of Darkness, which is one of my favorite Carpenter movies.
Right.
On that Friday, I listened to the album, and then I watched Prince of Darkness twice that day because I varying degrees of paying attention, but I because I've seen it so many times, but I had it on twice, and I just love that movie. It goes hand in hand with that one. So
Yeah.
like I said, I haven't finished it yet, but I'm gonna definitely recommend. For Carpenter heads, it's already a yes.
Yeah.
For anyone else, let me finish it to be sure. So far, it's a solid book, but, let me finish it and then I'll come back and let you know
Yeah.
if it's for everyone or just us Carpenter nerds.
I mean, there's a couple albums that I've listened to that in my mind I've built a whole story around.
Oh, I've done that too, yeah. I love that.
And I would love to see a little more of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I have literally a whole, would be in my mind an animated movie of Ride the Lightning.
Hentai. It's hentai. It's all just Japanese anime sex.
Yeah. Well, no.
Yeah.
No. More like Cthulhu legend stuff,
Oh, that kind of goes along. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is cool. I love that stuff. I got those too. I love that.
Yeah. So, and speaking of that, I have finished the writing on my first comic book.
We have been talking about this for 10 years?
Close to it.
Has
yeah.
it been? Almost. I mean, if not.
Almost. As long as we've been doing this.
Oh, before. Oh, way before.
Yeah, well, yeah. But I had written down basically about the time that we started writing down.
You handed me handwritten notes, and I
Yes.
read them many years ago.
Yes.
I'm stoked, man. What's your next step?
Finding the artist that I'm looking for, kind of the visual that I'm looking for. So that is my next step in search of an artist. So
Do you wanna-
have the full first issue.
Oh, I did. I
Nice.
looked at it. I meant to get back to you, but I've, whatever, life.
Right.
Yeah, I looked it over. It fell right in line with what I read all those years ago. So
Yeah.
absolutely.
So, and I've actually, it's a few pages shorter, but I got a lightning bolt of inspiration, and I have issue 2 done.
Whoa, you rode the lightning.
Yeah. So
Okay.
but next step is finding an artist. So
Do you want to give a little tease of that, or do we leave it alone? Like what it is or anything, or do you want to leave that alone?
I'll leave it alone for a little while.
Okay.
I'll just say that it's if you're a comic book nerd and you know the original G.I. Joe with Larry Hama as the writer, then you have a slight idea. But there's a little more cyberpunk to it and a little more Frank Castle-ish feel.
Okay.
So
Nice. Well, dude,
that
keep
is
us updated, please.
yeah, yeah.
You're gonna do well. No, I won't even ask any more questions. You,
No,
you,
go ahead,
you
go
give us
ahead.
the updates. No, no, no,
No,
no. You give
no,
us the
ask me.
updates.
I'm willing.
No, no.
What are you gonna say? What were you gonna say?
I was actually gonna ask you what your plans are for getting it made. Or is there a Kickstarter on the horizon, or is this something
There
where?
might be. Like I said, I'm gonna start. Like I said, I'm just finished the second issue, so now's the time that I start. Kind of looking for artists that would be willing to, you know, work with me and see what we can
Sure.
kind of. I have a particular design and look of what I want for it, at least for the first couple.
Okay.
So,
That's awesome, man.
but
Congrats.
yeah.
That's a huge win. That's awesome. I love it.
I'm really excited. Like I said, I don't know, divine intervention for me to finally get it going and finished. And like I said,
We
inspiration hit, and I
we've
even
been
got the
talking about
second
it for
one.
years. Yeah, that's
Yep.
awesome.
So
Well, cool. Let us know how it's going.
I will. I will. I may put a teaser page or two on the Discord. So if you are interested, it may one of those may get put up there soon.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
But the only other thing I've been doing is I've watched the X-Men '97.
I've heard up and down things about it. I
Um,
haven't watched any of the season 2 yet. Although I am looking forward to it. I just haven't gotten to it.
there's things I like and things I'm not a huge fan of. Um, I can tell where the original writer from last season left
Hmm.
and where the new writers began
Really?
because there is a definite
Is it super
feel
jarring
change.
or is it okay?
I I would say it's okay, but I can tell like the original writer from last season was a little more adamant about being canonically closer
Hmm.
than
Okay.
the new ones.
Sure.
But I do like what they're doing with Nightcrawler, I will say.
Yeah, I need to get to those. How many are out right now?
What is it? Seven? Six?
Damn.
Seven?
Okay, I got to get on that.
Oh, god damn it.
What?
That's some stupid shit. 6, 7.
Oh, I didn't even register.
I was like, oh, I caught myself. I'm like,
uh,
oh, son of a bitch.
that was a phrase before it was a phrase, so don't worry about it.
Yeah,
I think it's one of those things where if no one mentions it, it dies.
gotcha.
It's like Freddy Krueger. Just like
I
don't
will
give it
not.
in, don't give it
Yeah.
any energy.
Speaking of Freddy Krueger,
Uh oh.
have you seen the new bands?
I don't keep up on
Shoes,
automobiles, so you're gonna have to
shoes,
explain.
shoes.
My wife has a pair from the first time they did those.
Yeah,
She has the Freddy pair, which I love and wish I had
yeah,
bought my own. I haven't seen the new one.
yeah. They came out with a new one.
I have the Exorcist ones, which I
Yes, I know that
love
one.
very much.
Yes, but I mean, really, other than that, like I said, I know we've gotten a few more like movies that are coming out this year, but nothing really. A few more horror movies. What was the one? Um, I'm trying to think. I should have been a little more prepared today,
Well,
but
I can tell you this as you're thinking about that.
go ahead.
I actually finally watched The Backrooms.
Oh, finally. What'd you
Um,
think?
I thought it was good. I have zero, I mean absolutely zero knowledge of the
Right.
pre-existing Backrooms thing. All I know is that it's like, oh, it's this liminal space and there's weird things in there. So I found the movie to be like the perfect exploration of that basic idea that I had in my head. Like it's exactly what I sort of thought it would be, but it didn't blow me away, but I found it to be like nightmarish, and it didn't go too far into the it's all based on your the whole Silent Hill thing, like it's
Right.
all based on your mental things and it's all based on your shame and your guilt and your whatever. There's some of that in there, sure, but it's like I also found it to just be like a pretty fun movie to watch. Like it was fun.
Yeah.
I liked it. I really did like it. I look forward to the next if they do another one.
Yeah, I liked it too, but I don't know. I kind of like the story of the psychologist a little more than,
I
I
didn't.
thought there was more to it. I did not like the guy from the furniture store,
Yeah,
his part, but I thought her story was a little more interesting. I wish they would have played that a little more.
I think the thing is, like, he's a little bit more unhinged. He's the kind of guy that would step through a hole in the wall, or if whatever. He's the kind of guy that would find it. You got to get
Yeah.
through that first step, but then he draws the door and she sees it. Like otherwise, she might be too logical to even like. There's what's the best way in? I think he's the key, obviously.
Right,
But was
right.
her story more interesting? Maybe so. And I think, I mean, I like that she seemed, if I understood it correctly, her childhood was she was trapped inside, and then as an adult, she once again becomes trapped inside at the end. It's like a Twilight Zone.
Right, right.
I I thought it was cool. It was more easily enjoyable to me than like because I know it like Obsession was at the same time. I just didn't love Obsession. I don't know what that says about me, but I just did not love it. I thought it was fine, but I thought Backrooms was a lot more fun to watch.
I thought Backrooms had a lot more overall, but I thought Obsession had some good moments in it.
Yeah,
I mean, I could see where with us not getting as much good horror lately, you know what I mean? It's a little more sporadic. The normie horror fans would, you know, flock to Obsession. I thought there were some good, like, moments in it that made you like, oh, okay, yeah, I know what I'm watching.
oh
But I
yeah,
think,
yeah.
but I think Backrooms, I think was that longer, like subliminal horror. Like,
It's very much just a nightmare.
yeah,
Like the shaft that leads down, and he sends his guy like, "What's down there?" And he sends the guy down, and there's of course
right.
there's something down there. Like I love all that stuff. I thought it was good.
I thought The Backrooms was one of those movies that made you think after a little bit more after you left it. After you left the film. Then Obsession was, you're more in the moment and then, okay, yeah, it's a cool story, kind of.
Yeah.
I think it was kind of, both sides of the spectrum between those two movies. And
At
I
the end of
mean,
the
I'm
day, like,
glad they both had success.
I
I
liked them
mean,
both. Yeah, I did
yeah,
like them both, but I there's this continued like just worship of Obsession, and I just don't. It doesn't go quite that far for me. So I'm trying to work that out. Okay,
yeah,
I'm trying to work that out personally, and I just don't know.
right.
So I don't know.
The
Anyway,
movie I was trying to find was Onslaught.
what is that again? What is it?
Onslaught
Okay, I don't know it. When is it coming out?
this year.
And what? But what is it?
Well, why don't we look up the trailer real quick and you'll see.
Oh, you got me on that one.
I got you on that one. See how I work?
Yeah,
What a perfect segue.
yeah, dude. Onslaught trailer. It's an A24 action thriller.
Yes.
All right. Oh, so this okay. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
I have seen this trailer, but let's watch it
Okay.
together.
Yeah.
Let me make sure that it's in good enough quality because, oh man, if it's in 720, I don't think so. Share.
Yeah. It looks pretty zany.
Yes. All right. You see that?
Yep.
Get out of here, pencil. Okay, here we go.
How long has it been here, Celeste? You need to get over your shit, soldier.
I like it here. It's safe.
Possibly our new Wonder Woman.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. My first immediate thought was those scenes from Terminator 2 when she's in the desert hiding out.
Right.
Second time that Black Hawk has gone over us today. They're up to something in the desert north of here. Some kind of secret base or some shit.
What you are witnessing here
This trailer is all over the damn place.
I know.
With the editing and everything.
Right.
Holy shit. What a haircut this guy has.
Right.
Would you mind telling me what I'm up against tonight?
We're set up to create an ideal combatant to be deployed against the
So, what it seems to be is a sort of siege on a small town by this supernatural military force. Mm-hmm. Does that seem correct?
That seems pretty close, yeah.
I read that this is in the same universe as one of the director's other movies.
Yeah.
Which this is weird because I feel like I should know all about this, but I don't know anything about it. It's Adam Wingard is the
Yes.
director, right?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about him or this.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely interested to find out.
domestic populace.
Where are you going? Go to your room. Get under the bed. Mommy's get her guns.
To stop a killing machine, you must become one. Hell yeah. Tons of slow motion and strange editing
know.
on this. It almost makes me think, is there something wrong
For a
with the
second,
trailer?
I thought it was Zack Snyder. Yeah.
She's got a chainsaw here.
Yeah.
There we go. I think maybe I picked... Did I select like a weird source to see that trailer?
You might have. You might have.
Because that seemed really weird. Coming soon trails. They have 12 subscribers.
Yeah. I don't think that's the most normal one of them.
No.
They could have picked,
What the hell?
But it kind of looks like this Resident Evil meets, some weird kind of thing going, siege on a town kind of thing. And it looked just stupid fun with some kind of supernatural sort of element to it.
I'm interested. I'm definitely interested. I need to find out what all this is. Because like I said, I read that it's like related to one of his other movies, but I don't know anything about it. So
Speaking of A24, did you see that they're doing the Chris Hansen movie?
that trailer is wild. I watched it last night.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's
what
weird.
I'm like. It's like, I've seen the other, the whole To Catch a Predator thing, but that does not look necessarily like, if it's his story or if it's some kind of, I don't know.
It's very strange.
I just know Pattinson is selling it for sure.
That voice
Holy
is
hell.
wild. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know.
I mean, That's the one thing I would say this year. There's definitely some interesting movies from A24 coming out.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, anything else before we get to Spider-Man?
If you want to talk about some stuff that we got in the news for the future of the MCU, or
Oh,
do you
yeah.
want to do that or do you want to do that afterwards?
No, let's go for that first, and then we'll lead into Spider-Man.
Okay. Well, I mean, at this point, it's not a spoiler anymore, but as I called it, Sadie Sink is Jean Grey, was in Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically because I do not consider Kamala Khan a mutant. This is the first introduction of mutants into the MCU.
Is it technically? What about Deadpool?
But
Wolverine's a mutant.
yeah, but technically, I guess it wasn't MCU, right?
I guess I don't know.
Deadpool and Wolverine was still considered Fox, weren't they?
I mean, it's in the place where all the stuff is from Loki.
Yeah, but I meant into the not outside, not the Foxverse kind of.
Okay.
I think that she's basically, or let's say of legitimate ones, because
For some reason, I thought we'd had them somewhere else. But okay, but yeah, either way, this is a big step towards X-Men. Yes.
Yes. So, but Sadie Sink is Jean Grey.
Who would have predicted Jean Grey being the first that you get? I think it's a great choice.
I thought it was a good choice too. I know there's this whole discussion. Oh, she's evil. It's not her. Kind of. They can go
She's
all
not
fuck
evil.
off. No, I know. They can all go fuck off. They have no idea what the character is about because they haven't read it for, 50 years now. Jean has a very messed up backstory.
Yeah.
People want to think that she's this, stoic, all this. She came from an abusive household. She was basically a foster kid for a long time. Went, from place to place. And, if you think about some of the stuff she's did in the comics, she's done some bad shit. Not even with being Dark Phoenix,
Yeah. For sure.
So, but, I mean, we have that, completely confirmed. We now have confirmed Samara Weaving is Emma Frost.
I'm fine with that.
Which I think that was an excellent casting. And I've seen she's playing into the role too already. Because I've seen her in some Instagram posts of her wearing some Emma Frost-esque outfits.
Oh, cool.
So all white, and the thigh-high boots and...
That's cool as hell.
So, and then we just, in the last, couple of days, got our Scott Summers. Guy by the name of Kit Connors.
What do I know him from? Is there anything?
I'm trying to think what you would know him from. I really don't think there's much that you would know him from.
Kit Connor. Let's see. He's in the upcoming Elden Ring film.
Yeah.
Apparently he was in Ready Player One.
Okay.
A movie that I did not like.
Right.
Yeah, he's in some stuff I've heard of but have not seen.
Yeah.
Rocket Man.
Oh, that's the Elton John.
Yeah.
He played the young Elton John in that one.
Oh, nice. He was in the Warfare movie from last year.
Oh, that's it. That was it. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He was pretty good in that one. So
he looks like a Cyclops.
Yeah.
He does.
So
get a visor on that guy right now.
Well, I'm sure they said that they are going to start filming the end of this year and beginning of next year.
For specifically X-Men?
X-Men. Specifically X-Men.
Hell yes.
Because they're wrapping up stuff with Secret Wars now.
Yeah.
Which is nobody said, because there hasn't been much in the way of new people that'll be in Secret War, or who necessarily is in Secret War, but I'm sure they probably have close to their, or at least a few of their X-Men, new coming X-Men are going to be in that.
I think is the biggest discussion is Wolverine, right?
Well, and it's whether, from what I've heard, is Wolverine is not going to be in this in the beginning, and Hugh Jackman will have some outside stuff he's doing, but they are potentially looking for a Wolverine for this new Son of X-Men.
They're going to have one.
Yeah.
It can't be Hugh Jackman forever.
No. He's going to do it till he's 90.
No, he's not.
No.
Yeah, there's plenty of guys out there that would be great. So I'm interested to find out,
right.
Where that is.
I honestly, a person that I would consider, and actually Hugh Jackman has even mentioned him, is Taron Egerton.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would probably do a good job, because he can go intense and then he can be a little more lighthearted.
Sure. I saw a video of the guy who's playing him in the new Sony game. That guy could do it. He's got the voice, and he's kind of has the look too.
Yeah. I mean, before the whole Deadpool Wolverine movie, God, what's it? He played.
Was this the Hobbit guy?
Yes.
I remember this rumor.
Yeah.
Thorin.
Yeah, because he did the voice of Wolverine in the audio dramas.
Yep.
But that's long past. The two biggest rumors that
hang on, a Wolverine audio drama is just like grunting and then stabbing sounds and screaming.
No, it was actually good. They were actually pretty good.
Yeah, I remember.
Honestly. Yeah. Now, two castings that I'm really interested in are what they're going to do with Professor Xavier and Magneto.
Sure. Just
There's
give me all
been-
new people. I would prefer
Well,
it to
yeah,
be somebody.
no. Yeah, no, absolutely. And two of the most interesting ones that I've heard, like, are in kind of conversations, is Patrick Wilson and Lee Pace.
Lee Pace as Magneto?
Magneto.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Patrick Wilson has that, like, sort of empathetic, nice guy vibe.
Yeah.
I could see him rolling around in that chair, being nice, and saying to me, my X-Men, giving good advice.
Right.
And yeah, Lee Pace can do anything, probably. So, yeah, fine.
But I mean, we've seen him in roles and he kind of even has that Magneto persona.
Sure.
So, I mean...
How does that work, though? Because isn't he Ronin?
But you can't tell that he's Ronin, let's be honest. Underneath all that makeup and stuff.
Okay.
I mean, if you didn't really know his voice, and you saw him without the makeup, would you really be able to tell the difference?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, or be able to tell it's like the same guy doing it.
Sure.
So, it's not like we haven't had that before.
Yeah, have you heard of Robert Downey Jr.?
Right. But I know there's rumors of a couple of particular rumors with like Beast and Rogue, and I'm really curious of where they're gonna go, how they're gonna kind of mix this, because if you're getting like characters like Rogue and Gambit,
Yeah.
you're not starting with the original 5.
Yeah. But how much of that is just like, you're talking about in Doomsday?
Well, no, I mean in X-Men.
Do we have Gambit?
Not yet, but that's one of the roles that they've talked about that they're casting.
Oh, okay.
And Rogue is another big one.
Yeah. They're obviously playing with the timeline a little bit.
Well, and that's,
Which is fine.
Personally, I would have been like, okay, we've seen First Class how many times?
Sure.
You know what I mean? With the original Fox X-Men, and then, let's move to the Outback, the 80s Outback era. I'd love to see that group. That's one of my favorite sets.
I think they're going to do their own thing, to be honest.
I do too. I think they're gonna kind of set their own timelines. I'd love to see Nightcrawler done well.
Oh, for
mean,
sure.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Alan Cummings is amazing in that, in X2, I thought as Nightcrawler. And then we'll see what he's like, in Doomsday, because we know he's in that.
Yes.
For how long,
Yes.
we don't, but...
Oh, man. Yeah, he's the whole, like, opening scene, right, in X2?
Yeah.
Where it's him in the White House?
Yes.
God, I remember being in the theater, like, crying. Like, this
Right.
is so perfect.
I know.
Yeah.
I'd love to get somebody that would take over that spot that would do it justice as well as he did, honestly.
I mean, I think the obvious choice is, like, a Skarsgård, right? Like,
No, I think
you don't
he's
think
too
people
tall.
are going to go there? Isn't
No.
Nightcrawler tall?
No.
You don't think he's a tall guy?
No,
Tall,
no.
skinny guy?
No. He's skinny, but he's not much taller than Logan.
He's long and tall, like a worm, like a Nightcrawler worm. I always think of him as being tall and lanky, with
Yeah,
weird
no.
hands and feet.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's not that much taller. He's probably like 5'8", 5'9", kind of canonically.
And he has that suction cup on his knee, or maybe that's just the action figure.
That's just the action figure. But the one thing I would love to see is we've got it in the animated X-Men 97, but him doing sword fighting with all three swords.
Multiple swords, yep.
With using, the swashbuckling. And that's what I'd really like them to break off into with him. Lean into his ideology of faith, which they did somewhat in X2.
Yeah, they definitely, I remember that, yeah, for
But
sure.
it's a huge part of who he is in the comics. And his, like, swashbuckling kind of good-natured self.
Sure.
And then, like I said, if we're going to do in that era, you're talking Kitty Pryde, Colossus.
There better be a good Colossus, come on.
Oh my god. I have yet to see a good one, and that includes...
I like him in the Deadpools.
He's fine, but
He's a caricature of the character.
I was going to say.
But I
he's
do like the way he looks.
Colossus is one of my favorite characters, and I have yet to see him done well.
Yeah, as a kid, he was definitely one of my favorites. I had the rubbery action figure, those bendy ones? They were just like completely bendy. I had the Wolverine, I had Cyclops, I had Colossus. Is there a Magneto? I might have had a Magneto. Oh, I'm sure I definitely had a Magneto.
Yeah.
I love those. I still remember the way they taste because they were always in my mouth. I don't know why.
Okay.
There's a lot of bite marks in some of those.
We won't go there. But no, I mean, so far, their casting has done really, really well. I think, I can see them being, and I know they're going younger, so you're looking at that early 20-ish
Yep.
on a lot of these characters. There's rumors of Adam Driver being possibly one of two, getting cast as one of two.
I saw one of
characters.
these, yeah.
Well, from what I've seen, it's either Sebastian Shaw or...
That's who I
Mr.
saw.
I would love to see him, honestly. If they're going to do an X-Men movie right off the bat, I don't want a huge, world-breaking villain yet.
I agree with you, yeah.
I want
It's going to be...
Club.
I was just going to say, it needs to be something like that, or just like dealing with...
And honestly, I want Magneto kind of in the background, but not the main antagonist.
Mm-hmm. Do you think they'll use the X-Men theme?
Some form of it.
That would be amazing.
Get some, moment of action, and you hear in the background.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
I mean, yeah, that's interesting to me. It's like they have to make that decision. Do we just go for that, or do we try to come up with something new? You can't
Or
beat
some
the
variation
old one.
on it. No,
Yeah.
you can't. It's hard. Get a little more synthwave-ish.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
Get Tool to do the X-Men.
Cool. All right. who else are we missing here? Who else haven't we talked about? Well, obviously we briefly mentioned Gambit. Beast.
Beast is rumored to be already cast.
Okay.
I know the big talk is D23 coming up. They are going to announce a lot of the X-Men casting.
When is D23?
It's coming up soon. Is it in September?
I don't know. I'm asking you. I don't know anything. You know, I don't know anything. I don't know my own calendar. I don't know anything. I think I have an eye doctor appointment this week. I don't know.
Oh no, next weekend.
Ah!
I was thinking it was at the beginning of September. No, it's next weekend.
Hell yeah.
So
be on the lookout, y'all.
Our next episode, we may be talking X-Men cast.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So,
but yeah, I mean, I think it's safe to say this is one of the things that we've been asking for a long time.
Yeah.
This is something that we do care about. We want to see it done in a fun way.
Yeah, I want to see it done right. And my only concern is I wasn't a huge fan of Thunderbolts, and that's who they have directing the X-Men movie.
I haven't rewatched it, but you know, my theater experience was shit for that because the sound was so messed up.
Yeah.
Apparently there was music in that movie. I didn't get to hear it.
Right.
I need to go back and watch that movie again. Well, and speaking of Thunderbolts, are you ready to get into Spider-Man?
Yes, let's go.
Okay. I need to set the stage for my viewing of Spider-Man.
Are you going to talk about big potatoes or small potatoes?
Well, Chris, I wouldn't know because I didn't see that scene.
What?
Here's what happened.
Okay.
We got there much later than I wanted because, look, my wife originally wasn't even going to come. She's like, I just don't feel like going right now. She's like, she had some things she wanted to do around the house. She's like, just take Zora and we'll just go and we'll whatever. No problem. And then I kind of like was like, you sure you don't want to come? It's going to be fun. Like, let's just get out of the house for a while. And then like at the last moment, she goes, okay, fine, I'll go. And it was already like almost time to leave. So then she takes a shower. She's getting ready. She's doing her hair. She's getting whatever. And we left quite late. So we made it to the theater before it started, but there was also a massive line, even just to get into the theater.
Yeah.
And we went on a Sunday at like 2 p.m. and there was a massive line. So, and then even worse, the line for concessions was stupid. I mean, if you know our theater, the line for concessions stretched like from screen 3 all the way to screen 4, basically. Like all the way down that hall. Yeah. All the way through the Coke Museum. And I was like, well, there's no way we're going to be getting through that line before the movie starts. So let's just get our seats and then, you know, we'll keep an eye on it. And then we'll just have to, during the movie, get the concessions. And so we got our seats and everything started. And luckily, one of the advantages of our theater is that there's not a lot of stuff. There's not a lot of pre-show. So anyway, the movie started, and we got to the point where Spider-Man says, I got to go talk to somebody. He's like, I don't know about this, but I'm going to go ask someone. And I said, okay, let's go. And I grabbed Zora, and we went and got all the concessions. But there was even still a bit of a line.
Yeah.
And so I came back, and I asked my wife, I'm like, oh, what did we miss? She goes, I don't know, nothing. And then later in the movie, she shows up. Yelena shows up, and I go, wait, she was in this? Because clearly she was a returning thing.
Right.
And she goes, oh, that's, he met her in a sauna or something. And I'm like, okay. I don't know. So I did not get to see that part.
Okay.
But yeah, great crowd. Packed theater.
Well, just talking about that before we get into the movie, right now, without yesterday or Friday's numbers, $1.67 billion.
Billion.
Yes. And
billions.
it's doing so well, and that's 12 days.
Yeah. 12 Days of Christmas for Marvel.
Right, which Sony
Avi Arad is going crazy right now.
But no, it was doing so well that the Odyssey was supposed to end its run in IMAX next weekend.
I think it ended now.
It ended this weekend.
Yeah.
Because a lot of theaters moved it out and put Spider-Man in. So Spider-Man has the potential to have an even bigger, or at least very little in drop-off between last week, opening weekend, and this weekend.
Yeah. Well, good for them. And, I think, just to get into my general thoughts, it's like, it's amazing what happens when you focus on Spider-Man and tell us
things the fans want.
Tell us an interesting Spider-Man story with
Right,
Spider-Man characters. And the whole thing doesn't exist just to set up 6 other things.
Right.
Yeah.
But you can and still still have it as a Spider-Man movie.
Oh, yeah.
Because, technically this did.
Yeah, it did do that, but it did it in a way where, I think you can compare it to earlier MCU stuff where
right.
You had, it did lead to one thing, but it wasn't the point of the movie.
Right.
It had its own story to tell, and it did.
Right.
So, yeah, and I love that we are in a place where you can pull someone from Thunderbolts, and you can pull the fucking Hulk. You can pull the Punisher if you need to.
Right.
Like, we are at the point where it really is like the comics. This is something that I whined and cried about for so long in the MCU. Like, you just couldn't do it.
How many times have I ranged out on all of this?
Yeah.
And it took Sony and in his 4th film basically.
It's great. I'm just going to tell you, I think this movie's great.
I think this is the best Tom Holland has performed at, and the most Peter Parker he's been of any of his movies.
Probably so. It does tread on some Tobey Maguire territory, but it's its own movie. In no way does it seem to knock any of that stuff off.
No. And just as kind of an overview, how would you rank this in the whole sphere of all the Spider-Man movies?
It's near the top.
I'm saying 3rd, personally.
The originals are very near and dear to me.
I think this is better than 3.
Yeah, there's no question.
This
Sam
is
Raimi himself would tell you that.
Right. I think this is the 3rd best Spider-Man movie in the whole.
Yeah, I'm just kind of going over the list. I didn't hate Amazing Spider-Man.
I didn't either.
It didn't. To me, that was, hey, we're just retreading. That's really what it felt like. No shade on Garfield though, because I think he's great.
Yeah. I think he was one of the best ones in the No Way Home.
Oh yeah.
Out of the 3, I love Tobey Maguire, but I think Andrew Garfield was probably the best of the 3 Spider-Man.
He was the heart and soul of that thing. Yeah, I totally agree. I think 3rd or 4th best for sure. From the entirety of Spider-Man.
Right.
There's so many now. And it's not just Spider-Man movies. We've had him in other things now too. So
right.
It's cool that there's even that many options. Yeah, but Spider-Man is one of those things where it has been consistently pretty damn good.
Yeah. For the most part, other than a few middle of the road Batman movies, those 2 characters have probably been the most consistent, hero movies. And
I think when you say, I gotta say something about this. When you say middle of the road Batman movies, I almost have a problem with that though. They're all great, and they're either great or insane, and either way, I want to watch. There isn't one I don't want to watch. Is there a Batman movie you don't want to watch? Truly,
I have a hard time with the Clooney one with Schwarzenegger and Uma Thurman.
It's such a fun movie to watch. It's an insane movie. Is it The Dark Knight? No. but it's like there isn't a Batman movie I don't
Well,
want to
that's
watch.
why. No, well, but I'm saying it's not awful. It's just for Batman, that one is more middle of the road.
But it's so outrageous and over the
I
top
know.
and insane. It's not middle of the road. I can't say
I-
that it's middle of the road. I cannot do that.
I'm just saying middle of the road of what I like as Batman.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, that's what I meant by that, not in general.
Okay.
So, I mean, what was that? Batman and Robin?
Yeah. I got the music going in my head right now. I feel like I want to go watch it right now. I like it. I don't know, man. Rubber lips.
The black Batman card. Don't leave home without it.
That's right.
Oh my god.
Thanks, Alfred. I'll go drive through.
So stupid. But
Anyway.
no, I mean, going back to Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Back to Spider-Man. Yeah, it's a solid movie. The villain is, I think, awesome. And it goes right along with that, Spider-Man is a conflicted person. He's got to juggle all these parts of himself.
Right.
And I think Jean Grey, similarly, has to juggle these parts of herself. And she sometimes makes decisions that might not be the best decision, the nicest
Right.
decision.
Right.
But she's on her own and she's lost and she's making the right choice. So when the right choice that she thinks,
But I would argue, hold on.
No.
Before we get into
God
it.
damn
yes.
it, Chris. Go ahead.
But I would argue, before you get into that, I would not consider her the villain of the movie.
No, she's not the villain.
No.
But the movie wants you to think she is for some time.
Right.
No, she's not the villain. It's obviously what's his name from Damage Control.
Damage Control, yeah.
Yes.
Well, that whole organization has been.
Of course.
I mean, just go back to Homecoming, and what they did with the.
That was something that I always thought, has that paid off yet? All that setup for Damage Control? This is the payoff.
Yes.
Man, and what a payoff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this movie has so many elements that make it great. It's got a really solid emotional core, which is the Peter Parker of it all.
This is probably one of the most solid emotional, of Peter Parker, other than losing Aunt May.
Well, but that's the thing. They tie all that together in a way that
Right.
It's 100% does not feel forced when.
No,
and obviously
it
we have spoilers here, but when she's in
Right.
his mind and Aunt May's talking to her instead of Peter.
Right.
I think that is so brilliant. That really worked hard for me. I was like, yes, this is exactly right. This is
Right.
It's incredible. So you have those solid elements that don't feel shoehorned in or
Right.
too overwritten or whatever. It's just like, yes, that makes complete sense. It's who he is. It just makes sense. But on top of that, you have moment after moment of great action.
Great
and you
acting.
have great acting. But I mean, the action itself is like it's not just a bunch of CG garbage. I mean, yeah, there's a ton of CG in this movie, but it's but they're pushing so hard to make the cinematography better than your average bear.
And can we talk about, this is probably the best, swaying through the city and fighting of Spider-Man.
He feels the momentum.
And that includes the Tobey Maguire movies.
Yeah.
I think this is... And I know they said this was the big thing, that they took a lot from the Insomniac Spider-Man games.
Yes, for sure.
And I can tell, and hell yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
it works.
That's some of the best,
Those little touches go a long way.
Yeah.
Even just his poses. And can we talk about those comic covers that you get?
Oh my God.
How fun was that?
Yeah, no doubt.
Every time one would pop up, I go, oh, yes. And I had to lean over and just whisper to my wife, those are comic book covers. They're recreating comic book covers.
Yes. And I like the way that, we've had this time gap between No Way Home and Brand New Day.
Yep.
And with that kind of montage, you kind of see where things went.
Yeah, but they use it for
and they
multiple
didn't
reasons.
Right, and
It's
you didn't have to necessarily have to find out everything that happened in that 4 years,
yeah,
but you kind of have a good feel of it.
yeah, and they took the time to do something visually interesting.
Right.
And just a little treat for us who have been along the ride, or as long as we have.
Decades now, yeah.
But yeah, I just want to go back to, I think the action, the cinematography, the stunts, everything was a notch above what you normally even get in a Marvel. There's so many moments where I was like, God damn, they put so much thought into how it would look and how it would feel. It's not just like a CG guy swinging around and fighting people.
Right.
So much of it is choreographed and filmed in a way that is so interesting. Like when he's fighting the hand, those scenes are awesome.
And it's kind of funny that even, Spider-Man in the movie was like, oh, that's cool.
Yes.
So, but I mean, you almost wonder why it's like, I mean, I, for the most part, like the first three Tom Holland Spider-Man
I think they're all
movies.
good. Yeah, they're all good.
But it's like, we get this, and it's like, what the hell were you doing, John Watts? I mean, visually, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the swinging and the fighting, and it's like, what were you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, Crenton comes in, and we get this. I mean, why couldn't we have gotten this all beforehand? Not that people wouldn't look back on the first, Spider-Man movies, when Tobey is, I mean, they're classics, but it's like, if we got this consecutively, there would be that debate of like, which one, you know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah, no, this one is a step above in pretty much every way, I think, pretty clearly. One thing I did not fully love, one element of Punisher. I don't know if I love Bernthal's. He might be doing a little too much like dog barky voice and a little too much like sitcom bickering with Spider-Man. Some of it's like you know what I'm talking about?
But that's Bernthal. I mean, if you're listening, that's him outside of being Punisher too.
No, it's not. He puts that voice on. He definitely does.
I didn't say he didn't lean into it in this, but if you get him going in an interview, if you've heard him, he falls into that a little bit.
Now, I love that where they had him living. I love that it was booby trapped. Everything about that was all cool.
Yeah,
and I like that he's there.
I honestly, I want a one shot to find out what the hell happened in Staten Island.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that they kind of left it up in the air, and it was this dynamic between the two of them for the past 4 years.
Yeah.
Or whatever time frame it is.
I also loved when he yanks that gun away and then he just pulls out another one. And the Punisher van. I mean, how cool is that to see that?
Right.
That is awesome. But yeah, I had a little issue with like just his performance, just a little. It wasn't terrible, but I just part of me was like kind of like I have a harder time taking him seriously. But that being said, this is a movie about a man who is a spider.
Right.
It swings around and fights crime.
Yeah. So you gotta give a little leeway somewhere.
Yep. Yeah, so but I think putting it third, maybe even third ever might be the answer.
I mean, personally, that's what I think.
The overall rank.
I Toby 1 and 2, and then I think this one.
Yeah.
And I would put Toby 2, 1, and then this one. Because the Doc Ock movie is just, that's one of my top like superhero movies of all time. So,
It has an Evil Dead scene, so I can't tell you no. When the arms come alive and there's a chainsaw, it's
Right.
just Evil Dead. So I got to say, I love that.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I think this movie is a success. I mean, clearly at the box
It's
office
obvious,
it is.
yeah, yeah.
But I mean, as far as the greater picture, like if this could become the new standard, then I think you've got people back on board for MCU. Will
Now,
that be the case?
I was just gonna say we have to get 3 or 4 in a row like this before I can say it's totally back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, no, it doesn't not necessarily have to make $1 billion the first weekend it's out, but
I don't
mean,
care about the money at all.
quality. Yeah, no,
I care about the
and that's
movie.
what I meant. Yeah,
But that
that's
is an
what I meant.
indication. That is
Yes, yeah.
certainly an indication of, number one, the quality of it. But number two, the reception, obviously.
Yep.
What people
Especially
think about it.
especially if you're not going to have much of a drop off between the first couple of weeks.
Yep.
And I think this making that much money so fast is a little more legitimate than, say, like the Odyssey, where they had exclusively the most expensive theaters,
Yeah.
and
They were selling tickets like a year in advance
year
or
before,
something.
yeah,
Come
yes.
on.
the first 2 weeks, pretty much, other than some in the regular theaters, were all pre-sale.
Yep.
I mean, for the most part, were all pre-sale.
Yep. But here's another indicator. Zora went to see it again with a friend, and she wanted to go see it again.
Yeah.
So she's never done that before. That's her first double movie viewing ever, I think, in the theater.
Nice. Well, I mean, pretty good one to go to.
I think
see
so.
it twice. I'd be willing to go see it again in IMAX.
Sure. But yeah, no, I don't have a whole lot else to say other than just like in general.
Do you want to
thumbs
kind
up.
of bring? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of our general things. Do we want to kind of, we've gotten to the point that we're far enough past that we can, if we want to kind of break down with spoilers, talk about a little bit of the scene per scene kind of thing.
Oh, if you have something prepared, let's go.
Well, I just figured, I mean, you've seen the movie, you know what's going on. I don't have anything written down, but I know
I don't have a memory of it enough to I'm not that good. Come on.
Well,
I can tell you about moments that I liked, but yeah,
Right.
I don't have like a breakdown ready or anything.
No. But I think, we start off with him 4 years later. We see him kind of early on, I guess, a few scenes in the beginning, him getting the apartment and then having that room also.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of, oh, well, why does he have all this tech? Dude, there's could be a million different explanations.
Yeah.
Just because the world does not remember Peter Parker being Spider-Man doesn't mean Peter Parker no longer existed.
Yeah. 100%.
So, with Aunt May passing away, one, she could have had a huge life insurance.
Sure.
I
don't even know. I can't even understand why this is a question.
I know. I don't either. But two, I mean, Stark.
Yeah. The Tony Stark of it all.
I mean, dude, he had the what was the AI called that was in the glasses?
It's a woman's name.
Well, he got them back at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
So
What is her name? I keep wanting to say Julie. It's not Julie. I don't know. That's for if you have to dig. You have to call Julie in the Illinois. You have to call Julie. I don't know. I can't remember.
But anyway, they're talking with, oh, well, how does he have this AI and all this time? The kid built spider web shooters from dumpster diving.
Did people forget that Peter Parker's a genius?
Yeah, they did. A lot of it, well, he, this genetic thing that dude, what about the machine from No Way Home that was in Happy's apartment?
Yeah, exactly. Yep, there's tons of options here.
There's tons of things.
You fill in the blank. I mean, yeah, that's
Right.
what a stupid question, really.
It's some of these things that people are coming up with why they hated on this movie is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But we get that scene of things going on, and then he starts having issues, and I was wrong partially and right partially, because I said everything going on with Spider-Man was one of two things, and I knew it wasn't Man-Spider.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of wish they had set up, even at the end of this, if we saw Venom.
I thought that's where we were
left
going.
open.
Yeah, I thought we were going to get Venom for sure. And also...
But I knew that if it wasn't Venom, it was the Others storyline. And that's kind of, we got the MCU version of that. I knew we weren't getting Man-Spider, no matter how much people were, oh, and he's gonna have 6 arms.
No, he's not.
Fucking idiot.
What was the name of the thing that they keep asking about? VMAX. Was it VMAX?
Yeah.
I kept thinking that was a symbiote thing. I'm like, oh, it's going to be Venom. The V's going to be Venom.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought, but yeah.
But no, it's something much sadder.
Right. And I liked, to a degree, they kind of played off the Tobey Maguire losing his powers, but with the opposite direction.
Yeah.
With his emotional state.
That was something I didn't want to see. That was going in, I'm like, are we going to have to see him, like, not be Spider-Man anymore? Because, like, that... It's all fine in the Spider-Man, the older movies, but, like, I don't need to see that again.
Right.
I don't need to see him. I don't need to see the shot of the suit in the dumpster again.
Right.
I just, we're beyond that, I feel like.
But I like they went the other direction.
Oh, completely. I completely agree. But what that also does is boost him up to where he can now fight at the Avengers level.
Right.
So it's a double whammy of good idea.
Yeah. And that's why I really had in the back of my mind, if it wasn't the Venom, it was going to be the Others storyline. Mm-hmm. That's when he gets the web shooters. That's when he gets, twice as strong. That's when he gets more durable.
Funny that he thinks it's gross, too. When he's like, blah!
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially after the conversation of No Way Home. It's like, does that come out of...
Yeah. Yep.
But, no, and I liked this scene, and that once I saw the preview, kind of him in, like, the whole thing of Spiderweb.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, they're gonna play some form of that other storyline.
Yep. All that spider DNA.
Right. And then, after that, we get him waking up like that, and then the conversation with Banner. Yes.
Which also has much higher implications in the Marvel, in the X-Men world.
Right.
Because he just invented the way they're going to try to control the mutants.
Right.
God damn it, Peter.
But yeah, I mean, that playing that he didn't know him because of the spell, quote unquote spell.
But I thought it was going to be Hulk Remembers.
I think he kind of did. And we're kind of jumping at that point to the fight.
Which I love to see. Dude, when Hulk got really hulked out.
Yeah.
I was like, damn it. I love that Hulk. He's so jacked and so mad.
Yeah, and I love the fact that, like, I think they had Tom do a little more of the one-liners in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh man, I didn't think you'd get that big.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how else are you going to react?
Right.
Other than just running away.
Yeah, and I liked we got to see a couple of the Hulk techniques.
Oh, the clap was there, yeah.
And the stomp, which we've never seen in a movie.
That's awesome. I appreciated the fact that we got to see some legit Hulk. Yes. And you got to see Banner being like, you got to run, you got to get out of the building. And he's like worried that he hurt anyone. It's all, I love that they're kind of nailing that stuff about the Hulk. So.
And the uncontrollable change.
Yeah.
A lot of times what we got was basically, other than, the time with Loki messing with him,
mm-hmm.
he had changed intentionally.
Yep.
This was the first time we really saw without outside intervention of him. And I guess you really couldn't say outside intervention, but...
It was just great to see like an old school, like, hey, don't make him too mad, and then it
Right.
happens. It really worked. So that was fun.
Right.
That was fun.
And the fight was legitimate. I love the fact that he went off right off the bat doing the Loki slam.
Yes, yes.
But the fact that it showed how much, Pete has improved.
How much damage he can take. Yeah.
Well, then he got out of it, unlike Loki could.
Yeah. Well, he's more of an agile guy. Loki's
Right.
more of a, he's not that kind of a fighter. Mm-mm. He'll stab you, but he won't do acrobatics.
Right. But I mean, that was one of the best, other than the Ed Norton Abomination fight.
Oh, yeah. That's a great
probably
fight.
one of the best fights of Hulk.
Yeah. I have a soft spot for that movie.
Yeah, I do too. I know a lot of people don't like it, but
It's not perfect, but I do enjoy.
right.
It might be my favorite Hulk movie, beyond the old school TV movies.
Lou Ferrigno, yeah.
The
Bill Bixby, Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah, those are all fun.
Yeah. But, no, I mean, just going back, like, kind of the nods to some costume changes, like, from the Insomniac, like, even the scene which you missed, the whole Yelena in the hot tub thing.
I saw a screenshot where it's just him and his mask.
His mask,
Yeah.
in a pair of shorts. Yeah, that's straight out of Insomniac Spider-Man.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
But no, and they're going back, talking about things that were going on with him because he's still trying to figure out at that point what's kind of going on. The dialogue between them was okay, but I'm thinking to myself, you have no powers. Yes, you have like the Avengers kind of moniker. But you have one guy that's not emotionally stable that's more powerful than what Pete is.
Yeah.
And you're calling him small potatoes. I kind of laughed at that, kind of
Sure.
back and forth with that. But it kind of just shows a little bit of Spider-Man's immaturity at that point. That he's still kind of finding his way.
Yep.
But, and then we started getting into the whole Jean Grey stuff.
Yes.
So, what's kind of your take on all that kind of...
It all worked for me. And I loved the fact that every time it would happen, the person would be like, Spider-Man, I'm so sorry. I love you. Like, it seems like every person was like, I did not mean, like, even Scorpion was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like that. I thought it was an interesting way for her to get, well, number one, it kind of shows the limitations of her power at that point.
Right.
And you also, it makes her seem more ruthless, I think, than maybe she might actually be. But she's not afraid to just use people because she needs to get what she wants, and
right.
she feels justified. And I think that all works. I don't have any issues with the Jean Grey stuff.
Yeah.
And they even did the thing where Spider-Man's like, hey, by the way, you were possessed and I kissed you. I am so sorry. Like, I'm glad that they added that. That was cool.
Well, and I know there's a lot of people out there are all up in arms. Oh, she killed the guy that walked into the taxi cab. Which, by the way, apparently at the end of the movie, I'll have to watch and pay attention. He's like on crutches somewhere.
Oh, really? I didn't notice it.
So, yeah, apparently somewhere in the end of the movie, he's on crutches and you see him. There's a little shot of him in the background.
Isn't it funny that Jean Grey, it's Sadie Sink, right? And she comes from Stranger Things. And she's basically like a more powerful 11.
Way more, yeah.
That's pretty funny. Like, now she gets to have the weird powers.
Right. But, and then a lot of debate with the whole MJ thing. She had been in Spider-Man's mind albeit briefly, but she knew, like, his attachments to them and what he would do, and the fact that he was unwittingly, I mean, obviously intentionally working with damage control, but unwittingly
Right.
a partner to the real villain.
Classic Spider-Man thing. Yep.
Yeah. And I think that's why all that went down with On the Rooftop.
Yep.
And, you know, her falling off, she knew, because remember, like, in No Way Home, that whole sequence with Andrew Garfield.
Right.
And,
Yep.
and it absolutely
Clearly,
called back
yeah.
to that,
Clearly that.
you know. And it worked, because he was like, no, all right, fine, I won't, you know. So, but that there was a lot of things that you can say she did wrong, but I would never necessarily call it evil.
No, and I'm not saying that any of this is like, oh, it's not Jean Grey. There's no this. She would
Right.
never do that. I think it makes complete sense.
No, but
She's
I
got to
mean, that's-
become the hero. She's not the hero
Yeah,
yet.
yeah, no, exactly, and that's the whole thing. You know, the other big thing that I hear is, oh, she doesn't face any consequences. You know, oh, you know,
Well,
we haven't seen consequences yet. I
Yeah, that
think
doesn't mean
that's
there
part
won't
of it.
be. But also, she has escaped. She's a fugitive.
Well, but honestly, let's go down the list of who would be the person that she would face consequences against. Peter, he forgave her.
He forgave her, and he got shot.
Yeah, and he got shot. Frank isn't going to do it because of the fact that, you know,
Yep, for sure.
Damage Control is found to be a corrupt organization that was experimenting on teenage kids.
Yep.
So Peter would expose them immediately, and you've
Yeah.
got the head of it on the run. So they're not going to do it.
He's the only guy, maybe, that
And then-
eventually, yeah.
And then who else? Nobody knows it was her. Banner. He's
No.
in a psych ward.
Yeah, it won't be Banner. I don't think there's going to be. I think it's going to be probably more like she uses this experience to better herself, to want
Right.
to become an X-Man. I don't want things like that to happen again. Blah,
Well,
blah,
and
blah.
I think the fact that it was implied that she's heading up north,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
upstate New York
To a certain school.
school. Yeah. You know, and the fact that people miss sometimes, she was breathing for Peter after he got shot.
Yep.
And she was keeping him alive. Because Frank even said that
She used her.
she's been her voodoo magic, whatever. You know, and the one thing I do hate that I know happened, they cut out like the other part that people complain about with him in the hospital. How nobody knows, you know, blah 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 with these doctors.
Yeah.
It was Rosario Dawson's character.
I heard that. Yeah, I heard that was cut out. Yeah, which, come on, man. I want to see her again.
Yeah,
Why
and
can't
I
we
don't
have
know
that?
why I don't know why they cut that out.
Is it just for time? Probably just for time.
I'm sure for time, but that would have been like one of the explanations of people's complaints. I
Yeah.
mean, to a degree, I kind of understand it, but you also have Frank Castle sitting there.
Yeah. That's enough
You
of
know.
an... Honestly, that's enough of an explanation. Frank Castle
Right.
is there.
Yeah, but you know, I did like the shot when he was bringing him into the hospital. Was an homage to the comics.
It was good.
That
Yeah.
was Civil War, you know, the original Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
When Spider-Man had exposed himself as being
Oh, yeah.
Peter Parker and then got, you know, the shit kicked out of him, almost killed.
Yep.
So,
Boy, I
but
love
and
that.
I like, yeah, that was a good issue. But anyway, no, I mean, a lot of it can be, you know, there's, if you know the comic and have read the comic and not just somebody in the only MCU stuff, then everything that happened made sense.
I thought so.
You know, and like I said, and you know, they weren't missing things with, oh, Jean wasn't emo. You know, the relationship between him and Spider-Man made sense.
Yeah, I think the whole thing is solid. I mean, I think is pretty. It holds water, you know. I think it all works. It's a great Spider-Man movie, and it's a great MCU movie.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the ending.
Yes.
Like, well, and I say the ending, I mean the post credits.
Well, let's talk about one other thing, and I know it's kind of
okay.
a point of discussion. Ned and MJ seemingly getting memories back.
Sure, it's a magic spell.
But
Magic
see,
is whatever.
I have a different theory. You know, I think personally, because if it was broken, they would have been a little more adamant about with Peter. I think what happened, and this is my headcanon, but I think it makes more sense than, quote unquote, the spell being broken. When Jean went into Peter's mind, he saw everything with them.
Mm-hmm.
I think when she went into their minds,
Like a copy paste situation.
she put Peter's memories of his interactions with them
Yeah,
in their minds.
sure.
So
that's
you would
just
be
that's
you
just
would
as
be-
well. Yeah,
Right, and I think he would be more apt to not really completely comprehend seeing your relationship with somebody from their eyes instead of your own,
yeah.
your experience. So I think that's why there was...
Maybe so. It's not explicitly said, but I just assumed the power of friendship beats the magic, and that's it.
And it gave me because right before Peter got shot, they flashed that scene of MJ and that one tear down her eye.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that that's what I kind of think.
They should have had Running Up That Hill playing.
Well, she wasn't going anywhere. She was standing right there. So,
Okay.
but no, I mean, like I said, I think that's kind of so you could kind of circumvent the spell that way.
Sure. Yeah. Either way,
It's
the
not-
spell is
it's-
intact, and then
Right. Because their memories, not their memories, it's their memory of Peter remembering them.
Right. Exactly.
So-
Either way works for me.
Okay, now let's get to the post-credit scene.
I mean, my first insane thought was like, are they going to show Asteroid M? And then I thought, well, that probably doesn't make sense. Maybe it's just going to be Battle World. Is that the thinking? I mean, what do you think?
Well, and
I mean,
I'm
it's getting
kind
ready
of-
for Civil War, or not Civil War, but Secret Wars.
Doomsday and
Yeah.
Secret Wars, yeah. I'm kind of not sure, because supposedly the way Ned's tracker works is from people,
Logging
seeing
in on the
him.
phone.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's like, okay, is this another world? Or is this somehow Ned having been tracking, with them meeting each other? Because remember, this is after, the whole handshake thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, did Ned somehow, tune into his suit?
I think we might be overthinking it. I think it's just a teaser. I don't think it's
Oh, no, I know it
event.
is. No, I know it's a teaser, but it's like, okay, one, is it him getting displaced to another world?
Yeah.
Or is it something like, because we know Tommy is in the beginning of Doomsday.
Mm-hmm.
So is that somehow some glitch
Interesting.
picking up Tommy?
Well, they would do something like that. So who knows? But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of glad there wasn't more. I don't
Right.
need, I mean, the immediate next thing is Doomsday, so I'm ready to focus on that.
And I hope it's good. I hope it's good.
Yeah.
Because it's going to have a hard time because you've got Dune the exact same weekend.
It's a bad choice to do that. It's a really bad choice.
And especially with Dune taking up the IMAX theaters.
It's a bad choice. It's a really bad choice.
it's gonna have Doomsday is gonna have to be a movie that has legs. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's gonna have to have longevity.
Yeah.
But the problem is, and I think partially you've got some overlapping audience
Oh,
between
for
the
sure.
two franchises.
Absolutely.
But I think the majority, there's really kind of different audiences for both.
Yep. I'm in
So-
both sides of that Venn
I
diagram.
am too. I am too. That's one of my, movies I'm really, really waiting on is Dune 3.
For
so,
sure. You mean DUN and then the number 3.
Yeah.
Done 3. Yeah, lots to look forward to though.
Or you can say Doomsday.
Yes, I've seen that out there, like your Barbenheimer.
Yeah.
Doomsday.
They need to stop trying to make that happen.
No,
that was a
keep
once in
going.
a lifetime thing.
No. Well, there was also the game Doom and Animal Crossing, I think, came out on the same day. If you remember that.
Doom Crossing, yeah.
And it was one of those things where they kept mashing them up because they're so polar opposite. Similar thing.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, I have high hopes, and I hope we can continue with the quality.
Yeah. We'll see.
We will see.
Otherwise, like I said, they're going to have to rethink some of the stuff they do post Secret Wars.
For sure.
So.
Yep.
But, alright, I hope the Russos can do it. They haven't had a great track record with some of their projects since Infinity.
This is the
Endgame.
one, baby. I hope. We'll see.
They always have Extraction.
Which I haven't seen.
Oh, it's Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, I heard it's great.
Yeah, you should watch it.
Yeah, I heard it's great.
They're all on streaming.
All right.
So, all right. Well, that's about all I've got. So,
join the Discord. Follow us on YouTube. Give us a like.
Yep.
Give us a comment. Whatever it is. And yeah, we will talk to you in the next one.
Subscribe. We're almost over that 100 subscriber mark.
Yeah,
so.
do it. You mean on YouTube?
Yes, on YouTube.
Yes.
We're way over
I think
that
we're
on
one
there.
away. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.
Bye.